You ever see one of those business offers that just sounds a little too good to be true? Well, today, we're putting one of those right under the microscope. We're going to deconstruct an advertisement for business funding piece by piece to really understand what makes it tick. Let's dive in.
Right out of the gate, they hit you with a number so huge it's almost impossible to ignore. $2.7 trillion. Now, this isn't just some random number the speaker, a guy named Woody, pulls out of thin air. No, this is a powerful psychological anchor. It's designed to make you stop and think, whoa, this is a big deal. It is, without a doubt, the ultimate attention grabber.
I mean, just look at that number written out. That is a lot of zeros. It's a figure so massive, it almost doesn't feel real, right? It's kind of abstract. And that's exactly the point. It's meant to establish this incredible sense of scale and authority from the very first second.
Okay, so the big question is, where in the world does a number like that even come from? That's what we're going to unpack right now in what we're calling a $1 trillion promise.
According to the ad, that $2.7 trillion comes from something called tax incentives. The simplest way to think about these is like rewards from the government. You know, a city might give a company a tax break for building a new factory, or the federal government might offer credits if you invest in green energy. It's basically money businesses get to keep instead of paying in taxes, all to encourage certain kinds of economic growth.
And what about the speaker's role in all this? Well, he says his job is simply to distribute these funds. Now, this is a really clever way to position himself. He's not a salesman trying to get your money. He's a guide trying to give you money that's already out there for the taking. It's a subtle shift, but it's designed to make you lower your guard.
All right, so we know where the money is supposedly coming from. Now let's look at how the pitch itself is built. It really all comes down to three key numbers that work together to tell a very, very persuasive story.
First, they bring back that huge anchor number, $2.7 trillion. But let's be clear, this number isn't for you personally. It's there to build credibility, to make the whole operation seem massive and legitimate. It sets the stage for what's coming next.
And here's where it gets interesting. We pivot from the world of trillions to a number that feels much more real and personal. $250,000. This is what they call the average savings. See how they did that? They took that giant abstract pool of money and turned it into a concrete benefit that you can actually imagine in your bank account.
And finally, the third number. This one represents the cost. But your investment isn't money. Nope, it's just 10 minutes of your time. That's how long they say it takes, a quick call, to find out if you can get that $250,000 windfall.
So when you line these three numbers up, you can see the magic formula. You've got the huge number to establish authority, the big personal number to create desire, and a teeny tiny number for the cost, which makes taking the next step feel completely effortless. It's the classic high-reward, low-effort pitch. So what exactly is supposed to happen in those 10 minutes? Well, the ad lays out this really simple three-step journey that it calls the 10-minute path.
Look how simple they make it seem. Step 1, you call. Step 2, you qualify. Step 3, you grow. It's so straightforward. Notice what's missing. There's no talk about paperwork or complexity or any potential problems. This simple structure makes the whole thing feel not just manageable, but inevitable.
And this really hammers home the main message. This is easy. The barrier to entry is so low. All the real-world complexity that comes with securing tax incentives, it's all hidden away, boiled down to one simple, non-threatening action. Just have a little chat.
Okay, so when we put this simple process together with the big numbers, what's the actual deal here? What is the core offer on the table? Let's break that down now.
Now, here is a really fascinating line from the ad. We use our money to make you more profitable. Think about that wording. What they're doing is shifting the perception of risk. It makes it sound like they're the ones taking the financial gamble, which reinforces the idea that for you, the business owner, there's nothing but upside.
This is where you can really see the offer laid out on a scale. On one side, you have your input, a 10-minute call, no money down, no strings attached. And on the other side, the promised outcome, a potential $250,000, guaranteed growth, and more. The entire pitch is designed to make that scale look completely, irresistibly lopsided in your favor. So let's just recap the whole package, right? You get access to these tax incentives with average savings of $250,000. The qualification is just a simple 10-minute call. They're promising guaranteed business growth. And the best part? No upfront cost and no obligation. And of course, after building up this amazing promise and making it seem like there's zero risk, they give you a very clear, very direct way to take the next step. It's the classic call to action. Here's the phone number. Here's the website. Go ahead and start that 10-minute call.
So there you have it. We've taken the whole offer apart and laid all the pieces on the table. It's really a masterclass in presenting a huge reward for what feels like absolutely no risk at all, which leaves us with one really important question to think about. When an offer is perfectly designed to answer all of your questions and remove all of your doubts, what's the one thing they're not talking about?